right. Well, hello everybody, and today I wanted to do a little different type of episode than I usually do. Just a short little video, actually, and I wanted to talk about the fact that I don't use Spotify to listen to music, and just some of the reasons why I don't use Spotify to listen to music. So I'll start off with what I do use to listen to music. So I like listening to music in a few different ways. One of those ways is with the classic CDs. So we got some cool CDs here of some classic bands that I love. Another way that I like to listen to music is listening to these bad boys. Okay? Vinyl records. And so why do I prefer to listen to music on a CD or a vinyl record versus Spotify? So the main reason is the quality of the music just sounds a lot better through one of those two mediums versus the low quality of Spotify, because it's just like a low quality MP3. And another reason is just the fact that I enjoy listening to full albums, and Spotify is more like a mixtape type of thing where they just sort of throw in random songs in there that are other bands that you don't listen to, or they sort of just mix it up and it's like showing you a lot of music. But I kind of like to listen to not just one song from a band, but the whole album. And some of these albums, like if you listen to the entire album, as one thing, like it works together as a single art piece. It's like a lot more fulfilling listening to music this way through the entire album than it is just to listen to one of the hit singles or something. And you'll also notice that when you listen to the full albums, you'll find hidden gems within the album or the artist's catalog that you've never heard of because they're not singles. But those are some of the best songs that the artists release. Like a lot of my favorite artists, their best songs aren't their singles. It's like B-sides or things hidden on albums. Another thing I do is, so, of course, listening to these, or the albums, the records, that can be inconvenient because you have to set it up. It takes time. So, to combat that, what I usually do is after I buy my CD, okay, I'll put it on my computer and then I'll copy it and make it into FLAC files. So I've already purchased the album. I've contributed my money towards the artist rather than Spotify's CEO, which takes pretty much all of the money if you listen through Spotify. So you're paying the artist, and then I create the FLAC files, and then I just put them on my iPod or I have them on my phone. I don't really use an external MP3 player. I do have a Xduo one that's actually quite good. There are some really nice high-end audio players. They are very expensive though, but they sound amazing. So what I do is I just put the music on my phone. If I'm driving somewhere, I can just listen to the music. No ads, super high quality. You don't need an internet connection. No data is being used. And you have quick, easy access to it. It doesn't, start messing up if you go into a tunnel when you're driving or something like that. Another reason why I like to listen to music by purchasing physical copies first is that the artist gets a bigger cut of the revenue that way. especially with the music I listen to. A lot of these bands, Fugazi, they have their own record label, so they're gonna get that money. Bright Eyes, he's got his own record label. Gob, they've got their own record label. Nick Drake, uh, unfortunately, was not on his own record label. I think he's on Island Records, which I don't know much about. I'm sure they're okay. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, so the artist gets a bigger cut of the money instead of the money going to this multi-billionaire CEO that is a douchebag that actually like despises music and creativity. You're giving your money to the artist so then they can live their life, continue to create more music that you can listen to, things like that. Like what Spotify is a middleman that just takes all of the wealth and value, the labor value of the musicians, and keeps it for themselves and gives them little slivers. And it's not really what music's about, in my opinion. And that's why I don't have a Spotify account. I don't listen to Spotify. I prefer other things like Bandcamp is actually a nice way to find smaller bands, and you can support them. And what Bandcamp does is they often have a special event on Fridays where the bands get to keep all of the revenue from the sales, so they don't even take a cut at all. And their cut's already small anyways. They're not super greedy capitalist overlords tending to their feudal lands and collecting taxes. It's not like that. So I don't know. Spotify is just not my kind of thing. Anyways, I just wanted to say hello, cheers, and please support the musicians directly if you can by purchasing music directly from them or t-shirts and things like that, rather than supporting a greedy CEO who already has more than enough money than he could ever spend in his entire lifetime. All right. Goodbye.